Match number 4. Match number 5. Hit it over the mid outfielder's head. Start to the over. Going for the boundary. Shy Kings. They are taking on Donbosco. Both having some kind of numbers in the points table. 2 played, 1 won and 1 lost. And in common, have lost a game against Spartans and both of them beaten. Having a similar kind of story. Shy Kings losing the first game against MG Spartans. Came back strongly. Right. That's with the way how they play. In Triple C scored 100+ runs, restricted the opposition to 72. Excellent delivery, brought the first breakthrough here for them, the Shy Kings that they're looking for. Started over strenuous and brings up the breakthrough. As the batter walks away, it's Naveen ML. With the brain being the new batter. Donbosco. After winning the toss, they have decided to bat first. Typically, most of the sides are doing that. After winning the toss, they are batting first.
Check, check. Check, check.
That has been quite decent start to the over. Despite of went for the boundary initially. Now conceding things under control now in the commentary box. Joining with me is Fazil Navas. It's been fine afternoon for this game. You're hearing my voice, this is Bharat Sivalingam here. And you will be hearing the voice of Fazil Navas. Happy afternoon, Fazil Navas. How things are going?
Oh, hi, good afternoon, Bharat. Thank you so much for having me here. I think we've had a very good day so far, and this particular match is a must win. And we've had a good start to the match as well. Bowling through the defense in the first over, taking a wicket. And now
Had something for both the sides with 1 wicket and 2 boundaries, especially the previous one using the wrist really well. Which brings the end of the first over. It's 11 for 1. Just asking you about the tennis ball cricket's dynamics. I've seen most of the teams scoring boundaries at the final regions. It's quite like, especially this reverse sweep. Most of the teams are trying that. But when I saw your first innings, you scored a half century in that game. Most of your scores came on that long on and the Kaukana region. And the first ever time this has happened in the tournament. You are quite different with the way how you approach the tennis ball cricket batting. How it comes from your bat? Is it the hand power or is it timing?
well, that was a good question, Bharat. If I have down to the basics, when I say basics, how the batsman is exposed to the conditions he plays in. And we, especially from the Amir Mahal cricket team, we have been exposed to playing with a boundary focus either in your long on or long off or straight over the bowler's head. In mind that you need to hit the ball over the bowler. When that happens, your bat normally stays straight as compared to your conventional tennis ball players. They try to target your square leg as well as behind the square leg, and that's why they try to shuffle across the crease and then go for those reverse paddle sweeps or reverse shots. And that's the beauty of tennis ball. You always have some new tricks in the game which you always learn, as well as when you're bowling you need to be very very focused, because you don't know what the batsman is going to do. That's what makes the tennis ball game so great. While we are doing this, the bowler has just bowled a wide. This game is very beautifully poised right now. I think it's going to be a great match to have a look at.
Short delivery. And at the same time, as of what you said, the prominence of tennis ball cricket is growing day by day. This actually implements a lot of change in the modern day cricket with T20 franchise. Before that, this is flying bales here from Imtiaz Hussain, targeted at the top of the stumps, and it's attacking most crucial batter, losing his way in the middle. It's Said Ibrahim, uses his wrist really well.
For that shot. So I believe the bowler, though he had a moment to cherish, the batsman. And just as we were speaking, to play on the ground. This presence of mind is very important when you're playing this kind of a game. It's a beautiful day, by the way. Chennai is known for its heat. I believe the heat in the match today. Again, another fight.
Actually, continuing with where we left this topic, the prominence of tennis ball cricket becomes more important in the modern day cricket as many IPL teams, now ISPL is coming on its way, teams are focusing on tennis ball cricket. The scouts are keenly focusing on these kind of tournaments. In the air, and base of fielder, mid on fielder chasing down the ball. It's quick outfield here at Amir Mahadrik. Ball goes for the boundary, another boundary for the batter. It's quite improving the run rate, and that brings the end of this power play. It's 24-1 to 2 overs. Just continuing where we left this topic because this prominence adds a lot of value and the innovations. We are finding most of these innovative strokes in tennis ball cricket, and that's being implemented in stretch ball cricket in modern day form. So yes, of course, it's important in the modern day cricket, but at the same time, how important it is for a tennis ball cricketer to learn this straight batted strokes and, as of you said, V form of batting, to keep the basics stronger.
check, check.
Check.
Check, check. Is it on? Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the interruption. There was a temporary technical glitch. However, we are back on live. Just to give you a summary of the match so far, Donbosco has scored 23 runs with a loss of 1 wicket at 2.2 overs. I'm sorry, it is 34 for 1. 3.4 overs, which means they are scoring at almost a run rate of 10 runs per over, which I believe is a good run rate in this particular ground, and it's a breezy day. And as you can see, if you are able to observe, the breeze is to the leg side of the right-hand batsman, and basically most of the batsmen you have right-handed, they are dominant on the leg side. So I would call this as a batsman-friendly wicket, if that makes sense. Putting that into perspective, I believe these bowlers have been doing a fantastic job so far for Chai Kings.
Comprehensive performances. The bounce, which went on to be quite unpredictable for Said Ibrahim. His stroke makings resembling as of what you said about batting, keeping the basics straight, using those straight batted shots, using his head position coming on to play. But at the same time, the most important thing is maintaining the strike rate. That's quite good for the batter.
I believe, in terms of Ibrahim, from the start of the innings itself, you can see that he has, the basics correct. He's looking at the ball until it hits the bat, and his foot movement is either, it's like very conventional batting. It's not your, your orthodox, or should I say unorthodox tennis style of batting, where you just move your legs side to side rather than coming onto the front foot or the back foot. So that keeps him in good stead. It doesn't matter if the ball is going to bounce up or bounce down. He's keeping his eyes on the ball.
That's the right way to approach batting, even in a tennis ball cricket game. It's been growing dynamically, and cricket has always given options to every other cricketer to show their own style of playing. Basics are something that's going to help you to get into lower number of failures. Low risk strokes are something that's been advised by the coaches for a very long time, but this has been changing now. As of the statement, aggression is some kind of defense for some batters. They love to score runs on the board. To a moment, if you ask certain batters to play with the basics or to play with the soft hand strokes, they will eventually fail in performing. That may be with the kind of brought up, with the way how they've been brought up with the game.
Look, as far as I know, it's a 10-over match. Right? Or should I say tennis ball in general is an aggressive game. both for the batsman as well as the bowler, because you have very limited time to go ahead and prove your worth, and you need to score as much as possible. So conventionally, if you see tennis ball matches, the batsman or the bowler will try something new every now and then, because they have to. If they go with the the traditional style of first keeping your wicket, trying to settle into the crease, and then going for big shots, normally what happens in these scenarios is that it's too little, too late, and that's why they probably take two to three balls to get a sighter, and after that they just go for those big hits. By the way, the last shot was actually a beautiful straight drive from Ibrahim. Let's see if the batting team, I believe, needs a boundary in this over.
Of course, if the partnership is building as good as possible, they're actually marching towards a back score, it seems. And to what you said, the format of the game matters a lot. It's a tennis ball cricket, 10 overs game, and you have 10 wickets in your hand, a lot to explore. Too much of risks can be taken easily. I could hardly remember this one game in 1975 World Cup, which is the introduction of that limited overs format, and the players have to adapt to that new format of the game. Sunil Gavaskar has scored some 30 odd run for 175 balls in a World Cup game. That is still being criticized by many critics. This time through the covers, excellent stroke makings, high elbow coming on to play. Of course, yes, sometimes these kind of strokes don't need results to get its prize. And it's adding to that. So, understanding and adaptability of game form is much more important. And they're doing that really well despite of following the basics or playing some unorthodox kind of cricket. As of your words, unconventional way of batting, result matters a lot.
Normally in this particular format, it's not about how many balls you can play, it's how many runs you can score in as limited balls as possible. So if there's a batsman who's played around 15 balls and he's scoring only 10 runs, it depends, but I would say for a team batting first, if he's going to play 10 balls, either he has to be at 100% strike rate, which is run a ball. Oh, beautiful shot and very good fielding. However, the ball has crossed the boundary, so it's a boundary for Ibrahim once again. End of the over.
Another beautiful stroke from Saeed Ibrahim. Certain batters will always make you stunned while watching their stroke makings, and he's such a kind of batter. The shot selections, the places where he's scoring runs, that's quite impressive. And most importantly, it's quite protective. 5 overs, 49 for 1. Halfway through the first innings, they are marching towards the triple digit mark as Pasco. Partnership 43 of 28 balls. They've been building this to the next level, and this has been a crucial game for this side, as both the sides have similar kind of journey. Let's get Dickish outside edge, travels through close to the boundary rope. Hope is okay, and this is quite interesting at this venue. The outfield that supports the batters, they try something better. If the ball meets the sweet spot of the blade, it's clearly traveling through the boundary line. Sometimes outside edges were going to the boundaries easily.
I think we have to give credit to the ball providers, which is Six It. They have an excellent quality of balls. If you look at the ground, we have kept it at 60 meters as the boundary rope distance. Even then, this ball is so good that if the batsman is capable of hitting a proper cricketing shot, or if he's able to meet the ball at the right spot, it's traveling way over the boundary. And so far, we have not had any kind of a complaint from any of the teams saying the ball is not performing up to the standards. So credit to Six It for also, bringing in such good quality products into the market. Good shot down the wicket for 1 run. Just to give the perspective to the audience who is watching the match, this is a must-win match for both Chai Kings as well as Donbosco. So you can see, both the teams are taking a kind of a calculated approach, be it batting or bowling. They're trying to figure out every ball how to bowl, and the strategy has been continuous from both the teams. In the meantime, a good shot once again. A little fumble from the fielder, and the batting team takes advantage with 2 runs.
And you've been one among the players of a side playing for Amir Mahal. I just wanted to ask you this question. Most of the sides are winning this game after batting first. So batting first is quite having more than 70% of winning in this particular tournament. Through the cover, sweeper cover fielder chasing down the ball. That extra bounce supports the batter to score another boundary. It's boundary number 6. Said Ibrahim, and he's into the 30s. Just wanted to get back to that question to you. As a player, you watch the game, you played the game. What is the par score at this venue in a tennis ball cricket?
Well, that's a tough question to answer. But I believe, you go with a kind of an average of 8 to 9 runs per over. So anything between 80 to 90 is a par score. And the thing is, if you have 4 or 5 good batsmen, you can always take your chances and make it to that magical number of 100 or the 3 digits. And so far, I think the average score of all the matches in this tournament has been 80 to 90, right? Some of them have been low scoring. That is completely dependent on the team which is playing. And coming to your second question, or the first question, should I say, teams which are batting first, they seem to be winning most of the matches. I believe that boils down. Oh, what a shot that was! It's travelling and it's going to go for 4. That was dug out from the block hole by the bat. Batting first, I believe it's all to do with the psychology of the team. When you're batting first, you don't have any kind of a pressure. You have to set the score, which means that you have the freedom to go ahead and play your shots the way you want to play. And sometimes when it clicks and the batsman gets into the rhythm, then it becomes very hard for the bowling team to control him. I guess that could be one of the factors that why teams batting first are winning it. But that, again, as I've said, the cricket is a very funny game. When you say something like this, it ends up falling flat on your face, because as soon as that happens, the chasing team starts performing as well. So you'll never know.
Clarity here. 50 plus partnership. Ganesh, another sweet stroke. Using his high elbow into the control. Said Ibrahim, just blissful to watch this man on strike. And along with the dream is contributing him to the fullest. This is something, a better example of building a better innings in a first innings. Scoring 10 plus runs in every single over and making this happen for that side. Still a miss. That's quite getting closer. And that's what we had. Fazil Nawaz into the commentary box. Had a good chat with him, good understanding of this tournament. As a batter, he had good clarity of thoughts and his perspective towards tennis ball cricket, his perspective towards batting. That comes out of hunger for the game, passion for the game. Such a good personality, Fazil Nawaz. We will be having a lot more chats in this tournament as it progresses on. Surely we'll be having a lot more questions out of curiosity about the passion for cricket for Nawabzada Mohammad Asif Ali, his take on the game and its evolution, the way how he watches the game, the way how he enjoyed the game, overall his favourite cricketers of modern day times. A lot more questions are waiting. We will discuss that in future, the upcoming games. But as of now, it's been going really well for Donbosco. As of what Fazil Nawaz said, it's quite a tough game for both the sides. 2-or-die kind of situation, as both the sides have played 2-1-1 lost one. And this one is going to give the answer for all the questions running behind the thoughts of the batters and the bowlers. Challenges will be there for sure. Continues to bowl Shiv Ganesh. A full touch delivery, good swing as the bat. And that saves it all like a trace of a bullet. It travels through the boundary rope within a microseconds. That's aggressive stroke making from the batter. Good boundary. Beautiful use of his wrist. This combination works really well for Donbosco. As both Said Ibrahim and Prem are enjoying their own brand of cricket. Another pull shot attempt that got the connections but goes way out of the fielders to go for the maximum. Another big shot, this time it is Prem, and that comes out to be the first maximum of this innings for Donbosco, of course. Which brings the end of this over, that's 78 4. Another good stroke making. His bat speaks a lot. Said Ibrahim, such an elegant bowler. Loves to watch him in action. I'm sorry, such an elegant batter. Pardon me for that. What a batting it is. He's tall, left-handed batter. In most of the times, he's demanding me of Yuvraj Singh. And that's why India has a lot of talented cricketers who came into the... Look at that catch! Look at that catch! Another great effort. We're having a good fielder. It's not an easy one at the final leg region. Even most of the fielders in international fail to do better in final leg region, as that's quite hard for them to carry on with the momentum. Look at this. Travel better. That one. Great effort from the fielder. Of course, getting a reward for that. That's most important. This innings from Prem coming to an end. 28 of 24 balls, 23 balls, 3 balls and 3 fours and 1 sixer. Ganesh Rajanayagam was the fielder. Good catch taken by Ganesh Rajanayagam. This shows the passion and the commitment to the game. Lot more cricketers in India, even at 50s and 40s, they will give their 100%. Like while going to the ground, you should say to your family, there is no insurance, I'll be getting back to home with the same kind of physique I'm going with. I may get back home with an injury because I will forget myself, I will forget everything, give my 100% to the game. That's the kind of commitment most of the common people will have for the game. This is something special about India. Pradeep, the new batter. A country with nearly 120 million people, 120 crore people in fact. From that, nearly more than 10 crore people will have this aspiration to become a cricketer. Then of course, fate will play its game. A lot more stories will be there for them not becoming a cricketer. That doesn't matter, but the passion for the game never gets old. They will follow the game at any point, playing tournaments like this, watching the games. Shot attempt from the batter. Another good stop from the field. A chance for the second run. Will it be an run out opportunity? Another good running between wickets. One more to end is over. Janaki Raman has been bowling pretty decently. Last ball of this over. Swinging got the connections, but a gentle single push towards the deep square leg region, and he will take back the strike for the next over. 84 for 2. End of 8 overs. Continues with the next over. Just taking back a look at that stroke, which went on to be a huge one. Good start to the ninth over. Beautiful partnerships. The players were taking on the situations really good. Every single wicket after wicket, there has been a partnership between the players. And that brings up to a wonderful story coming to an end. Beautiful innings coming to an end from the batter. He tried his best. Catches the call, fielder under the ball, and he puts it down. Oh my god, what happens in the middle? He tried his best, but having said that, taking such a catches will be really difficult for the fielders because you have to wait for a very long time, and sometimes sun disturbs you, the shades of sun disturbs you. Anyway, the bowler gets disappointed with the efforts of the fielder. This used to happen. This has been. '93 for 3. With last 8 balls in this innings, to get things under control, Stephen the captain into the crease. This has been beautiful batting display from Said Ibrahim, Prem and Pradeep. Catches the call. Another opportunity for the fielder. This time he takes the catch. Now the happy face on the bowler because he was waiting for this moment. This is the time where they can restrict some runs on the board, and that's a good take from the fielder. And as being a fielder, this is one of the most. Drop this one. The captain would have killed you. That's quite pressure for the fielder. Fortunately, he's taking that catch. Chinna gets another wicket, 3 wickets for the bowler with his very first over. The last over, I've seen too many dramas, twists and turns. With Donbosco 94 for 5 having last over. Rajan the new batter. 9 overs, 94 for 5. Both Stephen and Rajan, two new batters into the crease to bring up the final proceedings. Full toss delivery offered, and that invitation has been accepted by the batter to dispatch it to the boundary, which hits the sponsor board of Purvika in Tamil. New bowler, not the new bowler, continues to bowl. Conceded 13 runs in his very first over. Right now, Stephen will be on strike. There has been slight field adjustments. Another swing, not getting enough connections, but no chance of that going for the single. That's the problem here. You had a bright opportunity to make it to a single, but you're not grabbing that catch. Habakuk Daimari is bowling really well. Another attempted pull shot. Having a fielder at the deep square leg region, no chance of going for the second run. Good single, good control from the fielders. Taking some decent control at the last over. With 99 for 5 Donbosco, more than the pair score. Yes, of course, this is not something that's going to assure you that you're winning this game. But statistically, you're way ahead of the pair score. That's going to advantage you in the second innings. That is most important. Another couple of deliveries to end this first innings. That's how it goes. 100 up here for Donbosco. 100 for 5. Good batting display with the efforts of especially Said Ibrahim, Prem and Prashant. These three batters have made things possible for them. Catches the call. And that goes for the boundary. One bounce boundary and one more to complete. One 0-4 for 5. The last ball of this first innings. Donbosco have posted really good total. Habakuk Daimari with his last ball to complete the first over, first innings. Run out opportunity. Good awareness from the bowler and the wicket keeper. That ends up to be a wicket delivery in the last ball. Run out here. Stephen loses his wicket. 10 runs by the batter. That brings the end of the first innings. End of 10 overs. It's 104 for 6 wickets. With Stephen losing his wicket, the captain who tried his best to score boundaries in the last over. Now 104 the final total at the board. 105 is the target to win for Chai Kings. Quite a bit of tough task for them. But this do or die situation, they have to make this happen in the second innings. Let's wait and watch what's going to happen in the second innings. The target here for Chai Kings is 105. That's how the innings went so far. 104 for 6. With the way how Said Ibrahim batted initially along with Prem, that's a good partnership. And Pradeep batted really well. And Stephen, the captain of the side, did the final proceedings. Beautiful batting display. With the ball, we've seen some good performance, especially with the way how that single over went on to pick 3 wickets for the bowler Chinna, but couldn't bowl the second over. Most of the bowlers have conceded more than 10 overs. That's quite challenging for them. But that's how it went the first innings. 105 is the target here for Chai Kings. straight into the second innings. The first ball, Biles were out. What a start this is! What a spectacular start this is! The same opener with the bat is now opening with the ball. Saeed Ibrahim brings up the early. This is not really working well initially. Smart cricketer Saeed Ibrahim. It's not about skills and techniques, of course, they were important to an extent, but way more than that, the mindset and the compatibility that the player makes with his team is much more important. I think Saeed Ibrahim is a perfect team man. He's using his mindset, playing with his thought process, that's most important. Excellent piece of performance here. Velayutham was the batter being dismissed. Now Pritesh, the new batter, to accompany Janaki Raman. Will be interesting to see how they're going to dominate this power play, because the one who dominates the power play will have more upper edge of winning the game. As of now, we saw that happening in this tournament for a while. Arranging his fielder Saeed Ibrahim. Pritish being a left-handed batter, this is going to be a slight bit of pressure for the bowler. Now we have to adapt to both the batters, the left-right combination. He himself is a typical left-arm pacer. It's going to angle in for the left-handed batter, and he can move it away from the left-handed batter. It's conventional way of swinging the ball. How is that sound comes over there? Most of those professional cricketers, immediate moment after the ball hits the pads, you will say, how is that? That's like a hand-eye coordination, the mindset coordination of the sound coming out from your mouth. Been having some discussion, Janaki Raman, Pritish, which is quite more important at this point of time, because it's going to be huge target 105, and you have to play with calm and composed innings. This is good one, trying to push the single. Another good classic batter, it seems, using a straight bat. I think that one stroke and the body language of the batter says it all, whether he is a professional cricketer or of course a gully cricketer. That doesn't make a difference in terms of making impact in this game, but of course sometimes classical batting, look at the shot, and inside out through the covers, and a left-handed batter plays it, goes for the boundary. An absolute fortune to watch these things happening in front of me at Amir Mahal Cricket Ground. A left-handed elegance is always left-handed elegance, says out with a jealousy as a right-handed batter. What a batting display, what a batting display from Pritish. Just played through the covers. Now we can enjoy this batting. Let's forget about the equations, forget about the target that needs to be chased down, forget about this tournament. We will enjoy the brand of cricket that Pritish is going to present to us. Another one through the covers, this time having a deep fielder chasing down the ball. That's a good stop. We'll be getting the single. Now at the non-strikers, and Janaki Raman has been spending a lot of time at the non-strikers and will be facing his first ball. He might be having better idea on what side Ibrahim is bowling, because he have seen 5 balls bowled by the bowler, 5 different kind of deliveries. A full toss delivery, not making much impact in the game. End of the first over, 5 for 1 Chai Kings. Good start to the power play here from Saeed Ibrahim. Now Pritish back on strike. That is a deep mid-wicket fielder. There is a short fine leg, short square leg, mid-on inside the circle. Another left arm pacer placed into the gap between the mid-wicket fielder and the mid-on fielder. That easily reaches out the fence for the boundary. Good try from the fielders. They tried to converge each other, but the placement was perfect from Pritish. Starts off with the boundary in the second over. Stephen with the ball. We have spoken a lot about Stephen's wicket-taking capability, his discipline to the game. Even in the previous games, when Donbosco were bowling and batting, he's one of those composed cricketers along with Said Ibrahim. These two cricketers brings up a lot of experience as well as they know how to tackle situations. Look at that. A sudden change of field positionings. A fielder standing at the cow corner, mid on inside the circle, mid off inside the circle, sweeper cover. Straight Yorker attempt that went on to be a dot ball. Good comeback from the bowler. I still feel that this is a bit weird. Why the bowlers were bowling round the wicket. The left arm pacer typically bowls over the wicket for the left-handed batter. In fact, that was a kind of comfortable length to bowl on. That angle gives a lot of freedom. This time through the covers, beats the mid-off fielder. Is chasing down the ball. And no chance of stopping that, going for the boundary. Another boundary for the batter. 3 classical strokes. Kind of boundary from Pritish. Runs or 7 balls with 3 boundaries in the name. Pritish is trying to make use of the power play really well. Now change of angle from the bowler. Full toss delivery that picks the gap and goes for the boundary. Easy pickings for the batter. He's in prime touch today, and of course the bowler misses it. Look at the way how he's standing. That shows the kind of confidence. A complete brand of 90s cricket. The body language. I won't say it's old time cricket because I'm not that newbie or the modern minded guy. I will say it's golden days cricket. The day that reminds us of Sachin Tendulkar, Sourav Ganguly, lot more greater legends. Ricky Ponting, of course. Maybe they've been grown up watching those legends and that actually naturally infiltrated into their game style. And that's why Pakistan are producing a lot of fast bowlers by getting inspired of Wasim Akram and a lot more Pakistani bowlers. Couple of dot balls at the end phase of this over. 2 overs 17 for 1. End of power play. $17 for 1. Good use of the power play here for both the sides. Having some sort of advantage. We're not having Said Ibrahim. Starts off with a couple of dot balls here. Janaki Raman didn't sounded much in this inning so far. Maybe he will be taking his own time, but the previous one stepped out and tried to go for the big swing, not getting the proper connections. And that's how it goes, every single time when a batter tried to maintain that composure It's really hard to start. The first runs were really difficult than scoring half century. Hazard is the call from the wicketkeeper. No signs of the umpire getting convinced for that. Sai Vishwanath continues to bowl. He's bowling at the right areas, in which the batter is finding it difficult to play in the back foot as well as the front foot. Another beautiful length. Not given enough width to cut the ball. He's feeling really hard. I think Pritish has to have some words with Janaki Raman. If this continues, there may be a choice of bad shot selection that may cost a wicket. But this is a good shot selection. Picks the gap and that travels for the boundary. Janaki Raman is having good mindset. The way how he's carrying himself. I think certain cricketers are self-made in terms of their thought process. When you have clarity on what you're doing, you will end up doing certain things into perfection. Because the problem here is the kind of length that he's bowling. You can't come into the front foot completely, you can't go into the back foot completely. He stepped out and started finding a different solution. Oh, this time it's beautiful comeback from the bowler Sai Vishwanath. This is what happens if you score. Confusion whether to confront or to go back. Wicket falls here 21 for 2 after 3 overs checkings. Three overs 21 for 2. Shankar MR being the new batter into the crease, who will take his position at the non-strike is now Pritish on strike. And there is a change in the bowling attack here. Rice and the new bowler. Seems like he's going to be a spinner. The way how he's holding the ball, sometimes you will get answers. Now you can call it whatever you wanted to call. He's a bit of medium pacer who flight the ball better. It travels a bit in the air and then lands near the batter. This is exact opposite of how Jasprit Bumrah bowls, because he straight away lands the ball into the ground. But whereas certain deliveries that travels, a better example would be Rajat Bhatia, who played for Kolkata Knight Riders. He actually flights the ball in the air even as a medium pacer. Dwayne Bravo does that, which is quite impressive in the T20 cricket. Pritish back on strike, with Shankar rotated the strike in the very first ball he faced today. Two key bowlers, one would be Stephen and the other would be Saeed Ibrahim. They've been consecutively performing really well in this tournament. Trying to pick the gap, but couldn't find any gaps over there. Classical stroke making sometimes tiresome for another opportunity of going for the run. And these should be cutted down. Overthrow should be cutted down as the batters were looking for that gap to score runs on the board. Because it's not quite easy to chase down such equations, so they will look at every single opportunity to score runs on the board. A full toss delivery offered by the bowler, and that invitation has been accepted by the batter, which goes for the boundary. Hit the board of Nighthawks energy drinks, and that goes for the boundary. 13 balls, 5 boundaries. Pritish is in good position today, maintaining a better strike rate. Still, they're having a vacant position at deep square leg and deep fine leg. Another pull shot attempt finds the fielder. Will be just a single. While looking at the way how Pritish bats, this is that problem that most of the batters who have soft skilled batting faces on. For instance, take someone like Parthiv Patel who bats really well in the power play, and after the power play gets over, he feel it to be a bit struggling mode to score runs on the board just because of simple reason. The scoring areas will have a deep fielder catches the call, and that's taken. That's quite disappointment with the kind of shot selection played by the good catch by the fielder. Another wicket falls here, and that's 3 out for Choi Kings. (31 for 3 Choi Kings), with Imtiaz Hussain, the new batter, into the attack. 0 of 0 the partnership, as they have to build this to the next level. Good over from Royson. Sai Vishwanath continues to bowl. Another wicket taking bowler, trying to go through the covers. That finds a fielder at the long off for single. Well, continue with that. Speaking about the Parthiv Patel's boundary scoring ideas, that will go down after power play gets over, just because of the fielders getting extended to the boundary ropes. The timings and soft scoring boundaries won't work for the long time. There has been a struggle that most of the classical batters are faced down. Now looking at Pritish's situation, of course he's picking some gaps, but it's really hard for him to score boundaries as of what he did in the power play. For instance, take the previous shot. If it is power play, the fielder would have stood within the 30-yard circle, and that would have gone for the boundary. That's the kind of pressure now Pritish is facing. You can't play some unorthodox shots or cheeky attempts in the middle, then it's quite difficult for him. But this is a huge one. Switch hit should have been a wicket, but that's been put it down by the fielder, and the signal by the body language of the fielder shows it all. But that's a lucky boundary. Imtiaz Hussain is good at doing that switch hit. (36 for 3). Continues to bat Imtiaz Hussain. This time moves across. Another good piece of bowling. I think most of these bowlers are bowling really good. After that one ball gone for the boundary, they're actually unleashing their best out of the game. This will be interesting to watch it for the next 2 deliveries from Sai Vishwanath. Swings the bat. Will be just going for the single. So to find ways to score boundaries, sometimes, as of what Nawaz said, scoring boundaries in an unorthodox manner is their own way of playing cricket, because everyone have their own grammars in terms of batting. So batters like Pritish might try to go with the choice of some unorthodox cricketing shots, or he can try picking gaps But for that you have to score boundaries like a trace of a bullet, as of Ravi Shastri's words. Good Yorker attempt here from the bowler. Strong appeal from the wicketkeeper. So far, no signs of the umpire raising his finger. Disappointments from everyone from the bowling side. And that brings the end of this over. 5 overs up, 37 for 3. .37 for 3. Slog sweep by opening his left leg. Catches the call, but no chance of that becoming a catch. It will be going for the boundary. Good start to the 6th over. Prem, the new bowler, got the punishment straight away. Imtiaz Hussain is trying to make some big statement in the middle. The equation is still gettable. It's still possible. 29 balls, 64 to win this game. You have a lot more time to win this game. The one thing that they have to maintain is a good partnership between both of them. Right, good start to the over with that boundary. .41 for 3 after 5.1 overs. Chai Kings but taking some time in the middle to arrange the field positionings. Another swing, catches the call, not getting bigger elevation for that, and that's been put down. This is not advisable for a side that's been in the middle of a big chase. Should have taken, but the fielder was struggling a lot while trying for that catch. It's quite hard. You have to reverse paddle, or you have to run like what Kapil Dev did in the 1983 World Cup to dismiss Vivian Richards. Yes, Imtiaz Hussain is trying to make some big statement. They should dismiss the batter as early as possible. Another good use of the pace. Is there a chance for the second run? Trying to go for the second run. Pritish wants the second run. Good running between the wickets. This is quite impressive to watch out for with the way how Pritish is running between the wickets. He's looking tired, of course. Bit of dehydrated. This is quite challenging to play for the city which is producing a lot of heat. Yes, he's back. Good delivery. Slight appeal from the wicketkeeper and the bowler. With that not going for a wicket. Good work that is from Prem. He's trying to give a good comeback. After that went for the boundary in the very first delivery, which gave a positive start to Choi Kings, but they couldn't maintain the similar composure. That's quite challenging for them. This looks better because someone needs to balance this innings with strike rotation, or maybe a second fiddle, whatever you call that. Back on strike here, Imtiaz Hussain. Whereas the equation is getting closer, that needs to be spoken out to. Swing and got the connections better, catches the call. That lands in a no man's land. I think Imtiaz Hussain is having a big life today. I think we are gonna have something big from him, it seems. 6 overs, that's 46 for 3. 46 for 3 after 6 overs. Now Chai Kings record 59 in 24 to win this game. That's quite a bit of change of pace in the middle. He got fumbled before making that shot selection. Victor, the new bowler. That's a big problem when you're having a new bowler in front of you. You have to take some time to watch the ball, how he's bowling, what are the kind of strong zones of the bowler, and then you can take decisions as such of what he did. Excellent stroke making, maximum to start his proceeding. Where no fielders were standing. As him being a slow bowler, it's quite easy for the batter to play his boundaries as of his expectations. Maybe he might be having a quick delivery as a surprise one. But yes, we have to wait for that from Victor. A change of angle here, got the connection. But that is a sweeper cover fielder. Had a chance to stop that. That is a quick misfield which goes boundary. I think the sunshades will be much perfect for the fielders to stay away from the sun rays. Good start to this over, 10 of 3. Another swing, not better connection now. The strike goes back to Pratish. They wanted that second run. Fortunately, things were under control. 11 runs of the over. Still, the equation is in a bit of intermediate phase where Chai Kings are having 45% of winning this game. Final adjustments were going on now. It's for Pratish, who's on strike. Big gap here between the long on and the deep mid wicket fielder, as the long on is standing very straightish. Now the better connection. Eventually it gets a single. And we'll take back Imtiaz, who's in on strike back. Eight for 3, 27 of 17 balls. The partnership looks good. Right, the last ball of this over. Not getting better connection. Fielder under the ball, and that's taken. That is the story of this batter. A quick cameo here from him. Batting side is finally walking away. That's a good comeback here for the bowling side. Victor gets it. 58 for 4 Chai Kings. Eight for 4. In 7 overs, Chai King are in good position. Srinivasan, the new batter, into the attack. Pratish 30 of 20 balls. You have to take up the responsibility to the next level. Said Ibrahim with the ball now. Another catch is the goal, and that's taken. The hopes were gone now. Pratish, another classical batter. And it's 58 for 5 now. Good comeback here. Said Ibrahim came in and brought up the breakthrough that you're waiting for. Now this is going to be the real pressure, because you need 47 in just 17 balls. Even the better performers might struggle to do such tasks. It's quite difficult for them. And Said Ibrahim gets his second wicket. Jabbar Sadiq, the new batter. Both the batters didn't even face a single ball in this innings, and there has been a Himalayan target in front of them. Swing and a miss. Jabbar Sadiq stood clueless watching the delivery. Not much big numbers for the batter. 5 matches, 22 runs. Of course, the conventional tail-enders, bowlers who could bat. Not sure whether they could bat well or not, but this is not the situation for any batter, because at this point of time you can't take much risk in the middle. It's 59 for 3 for 5. Another beautiful extraction of pace and bounce. Said Ibrahim is quite animated cricketer. He's doing everything to the perfection and keeping things simple. That's most important. You can't be much hard on certain things. Catch is the call, but not much damage to the game. With rotating the strikes here and there, this seems like a long over. That just because of one reason, a wicket have fallen and change of batters took a lot of time in the middle. Another catch call here, and that's taken. That is taken. Another wicket fall. 60 for 6 it is. Just swinging the bat in the air. Three wickets for the bowler. Chinna, the new batter, who picked up 3 wickets in the first innings. That's a single over. The equations are getting difficult now. 12 balls, 45 to win this game. Another strong shouts of that being a dismissal. Of course, no doubt on this, Stephen will be continuing to bowl. As of I said, despite of today's numbers, he has been one of the strongest bowlers in terms of mentality. We've seen him bowling really well in the previous games. The way how he plans the innings, the way how he places his fielders, the way how he gives importance to discipline, it's quite impressive. The good bowling, nailing those Yorkers, those final proceedings, even if the batter scores boundary in every single ball, results won't favour them. So that's how the game is going on. 10 balls, 44 to win this game. This time through the body line. As the striker is asking something. Wide offer from the umpire. 43 of 10 balls to win this game. But Chinna swinging his bat here and there. Another swing into the hands of mid-wicket fielder. Good single, is getting off the mark with that single. But yes, the target that they're looking for is way long from where they are. They will try, because intent is something that's been appreciated for a while in any sports. Rather than winning or losing, after showing a right intent, you can lose the game. You have all. Good stroke making. Catch is the call. And that's a good catch. That is a beautiful catch. Stephen gets the wicket of Srinivasan, going away 63 for 7. $63 for 7 in 8.4 overs. Ganesh Rajanayagam, the new batter. 2 more balls to be bowled for Stephen. 1.4 overs, 15 for 1. Another close delivery given wide. 41 of 8 balls to win this game. That's quite challenging for the team, as Chai Kings were fighting hard to make it happen. Most of the games have happened today. The team have batted first, have conventionally won those games. Another swing and a miss. Beautiful bowling, having good shape with the ball. 41 of 7. Now 6 needed of every single delivery to win this game. Catches the call. That lands safely into the no man's land position. Single to end is over. Well, that's the story. The mathematical calculations were into the climax. No more chances of winning this game for Choi Kings unless some magic happens in the middle. 40 runs required in 6 balls to win this game. $65 for 7 Chai Kings. Ganesh and Shinna were the 2 batters. Doesn't want that single to go on. Ashwin the bowler. Half break bowler at the last over of this innings. No problem for them, as they have been in a conventional position of winning this game. A full toss delivery. Got punished into the gaps for the boundary. Final proceedings which will help them in the run rate, but this has another full toss delivery. Not getting much connections. A chance of run out. This is even much closer. He actually sacrifices his wicket. Not sure what happens in the middle. He's walking away. Some discussions were going on in the middle. Another wicket falls here for Chai Kings. Reluctant efforts here from the batter. Never expected these kind of approaches from a batter. It's not about being selfish. Sometimes it's about being agile and not being much reluctant to the game, because these couple of moments will spend a lot of time that makes the next game to get delayed. Another close delivery, catches the call. A note opportunity again. That's not an issue, as this being a calm and composed moment for them, for Donbosco. Good quality cricket brings up the equation almost into the halfway. Another good running between the wickets as a new batter, Shiv Ganesh. Is yet to get the strike. It's still 0 of 0. No chance of him getting the strike, it seems. The last ball of this innings, this game, in fact, coming to an end. A full toss delivery, catch is the call, and that's catch it is. Taken on a wicket to Ashwin to come. Good performance from Saeed Ibrahim with the bat. He scored 39 not out and 3 wickets for the bowler. That's for sure. He will be the man of the match. But along with that, we saw Prem batting well, Pradeep batting well, Stephen batting well, and most of their bowlers have bowled really well today. That's quite comprehensive performance from Donbosco to win this game by a difference of 31 runs. That's the story of match number 5 in Royal Premier League 2024 in this weekend's cricket.